I discovered my wife. 28. Female of 7 years is cheating on me. 30 male. She doesn't know that I know. Update 4 and 5. I had Emily serve divorce papers. I made arrangements and informed everyone who needed to know about the divorce. Everyone freaked the fuck right out. I left Emily. We got the divorce papers, summons, petitions, standing orders, etc. The PI, acting in his capacity as a process server, wore a body cam for obvious professional reasons, and I was able to look at the footage when he came by my hotel room later on in the afternoon. The PI walked up to Emily, who was sitting at her station and chatting with the other stylists who work for her. He showed her a manila envelope and told her he had legal documents for her and she had been served. Emily, of course, looked shocked and confused and just stared at him, gobsmacked. The PI clarified that the envelope contained legal documents regarding a divorce case filed against her, and he told her she should review them and contact her attorney. Then he dropped the documents at her feet with a satisfying slap as they hit the ground since she refused to take them, and told her she'd still been served. He then told her to have a nice day and walked out. Morgan Freeman. Narrator voice, Emily didn't have a nice day. I could hear her hyperventilating as the PI left and said, "What? What is this? Emily, are you actually surprised?" I was at home, and after the PI called and said he was heading in to serve her, I called Emily's dad. Since my mom died, I had, probably unwisely, been treating her mom, my MIL, like a mother. I just couldn't talk to her. I told Emily's dad about the divorce. I tried to keep it very simple and quick. Emily cheated on me. We're getting a divorce. I'll send you an email shortly with evidence of the affair. I stressed that Emily was being served divorce papers today, so she would absolutely need their support, and they should head over to our house immediately. Emily's dad acknowledged that and said that he hoped we could find a way through this, and it would be a shame to break up our family. I guess Emily's mom was nearby and overheard because she took the phone from him, put it on speaker, and asked if this was true. I explained to her about the cheating and the email with the evidence they'll receive. She started crying and apologizing to me. Since this thing started, she was the first person close to me who apologized to me. I was reminded of my mother, who always would comfort me when I was down, and I just broke, y'all. I started tearing up and croaked out, "I have to go," and hung up on her while she was saying, "No, wait." I had packed up my work laptops and got a lot of my clothes in 2 large suitcases. On the advice of my attorney, I took down the cameras in the bathrooms and bedrooms when I left, but the cameras in the common areas can remain because my dad is the owner of the house. I packed the cameras up in my suitcases too. My lawyer sent the subpoena to the credit card company on Monday when I pulled the trigger on my marriage. I wrote an email to Emily's dad and sister, and to some mutual friends who know both of us, including Bev's husband. It said, "I never thought I'd be writing this, but after everything that's happened, I don't see another choice. I wanted you to hear it from me directly so that there's no confusion or misinformation. Emily has been having an affair with a man named John, last name. I have evidence, emails, financial records, and an investigation that confirms it. I think we all know that her bracelet gift from Santa was not from a client because the client would have identified themselves by name, and clients don't know her parents' address. She's been meeting John and hiding it from me for months. I know this is painful to hear, and trust me, it's even more painful to write. But I didn't want you to be blindsided by all of this later. I'm attaching a few things to this email that make it clear what's been going on and to head off any of your concerns about the truth of my statements. I know this is shocking and I don't expect you to take sides. I just want you to have the truth. I love Emily, but she's broken our marriage beyond repair, and I have no choice but to move forward with a divorce. FIL's name, Mill's name, SEL's name, SEL's hubby. Thank you for being like a second family to me. I will miss all of you. I wrote a similar email to John's wife and gave her my attorney's name and number if she wanted to go see the physical evidence herself. It would have to be in my lawyer's office. I think my lawyer is going to try to get John's wife to give her a retainer. I also sent a group text for them to check their emails, except for John's wife IDK her number. Then I blocked Emily's family. To the email, I attached a photo of John and Emily kissing goodbye in the hotel parking lot, and a photo of the contents of John's Valentine's Day card to Emily. It was explicit. Finally, I had a link to the recording of Emily saying that I didn't abuse or cheat on her. I just wanted to head that bullshit off ahead of time. I texted this to Bev's husband. "Hey, Bev's husband, I need to tell you something, and I hate being the one to do this, but you deserve to know. Emily didn't cheat on me alone. She had support. She had help covering it up. And unfortunately, that help came from Bev. I don't know if you were aware, but Bev knew about the affair the entire time. She didn't just know about it, she encouraged it. She helped Emily justify it. She helped her keep it from me, and she even made excuses for her when she started feeling guilty about it. I have proof, and I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't. I'm not asking you to believe me blindly, but I think you should ask Bev some direct questions. Watch how she answers. Watch her reaction. I'm sorry, man. I wouldn't wish this on anyone, but I couldn't sit back and let you stay in the dark. Believe me or don't believe me. Either way, my conscience is clear. I then left my wedding ring, a printed copy of the same photo of Emily and John at the hotel parking lot, kissing, my lawyer's business card, and a note. Thanks for your help on this, guys. The note said, I hope your affair with John was worth our marriage. We are getting a divorce. Contact my lawyer if you have any questions or need to get in touch for arrangements regarding the divorce. Otherwise, get a lawyer, and let's get this over with. If you're truly remorseful, then do me the courtesy of giving me the easiest, most generous divorce possible. I loved you, and I could have forgiven almost anything except abject betrayal. I would have loved you for the rest of my life. On my way out, I got a call from Emily that I ignored. I put my phone on silent and dropped by the bank. I took out half our money from the various accounts we have, checking, emergency vacation fund. I have already frozen my credit. When I got to the hotel, I canceled our shared credit cards. I made arrangements to freeze our joint investment accounts so that she couldn't withdraw money from them. They're in my name. Adultery subreddit pro tip. People, if you cheat, make financial arrangements ahead of time in case you get caught. I then got a text from her. I left her on red because my lawyer told me that if she confesses to the affair over text, we can use that as more evidence for the divorce. I'm responding to her texts here only because it's therapeutic to me. Messing with the language or writing of her texts because I'm paranoid. This is the condensed version of the past 12 hours or so. WTF is this? I'm divorcing you. Answer her phone. We need to talk right now. Nope. I have had enough gaslighting for a lifetime. Thank you very much. This was followed up by a lot of texts demanding I call her or answer her calls. No thanks. Then the text changed, so I presume she got home and read the note and saw what I left. I don't know what you think you know, but I can explain everything. It's not what you think. You're right, Emily. I'm a stupid idiot who will believe anything you say. Divorce? We love each other. We're supposed to work through this mistake. Mistake? Oops, my wet hoo-ha fell onto John's erect wee-wee, repeatedly, for almost a year. Oopsie. Look, I know I fucked up, but don't do this. Don't leave like this. Finally, an acknowledgement of the affair over text. Zing, right to my lawyer. I never stopped loving you. I never loved him. Another gift from Emily. Zing, right to my lawyer. Then the tone changed later. Overreacting, acting like I never loved you, like I wasn't trying to fix things, but you wouldn't let me. Fix things? Okay. Build a time machine, Emily. Build a goddamn time machine. Are you just going to ghost her own wife? Consults Magic 8 Ball. All signs point to yes. Then her parents showed up at the house. Hoo boy. What the fuck did you do? And then, you had no right to involve my fam like this. Then followed by, are you trying to humiliate me? Are you trying to ruin my life? Do you hate me that much now? Kinda. It's complicated. After that came a barrage of phone calls that I didn't answer. How could you do this? How could you try to turn my own family against me? I'm trying to have them not turn against me. And then, I told you I never loved him. I never loved him. No one cares, honey, least of all John. I know you love me. I love you too. We can fix this. We can fix everything. And then, just tell me what to do. Tell me how to fix this. I'll do it. Let me get this straight. You wiped your ass with our marriage vows and stabbed me in the back, and now you want me to tell you how to fix this shit? I had to go to Walmart because I forgot to pack underwear, and I don't have a rich sugar daddy to buy me some fancy skivvies from Saks Fifth Avenue. You never love me if you can do this to me. Fuck this shit. I'm gonna have to block her instead of leaving her on red. I don't think I can take this, man. So, This is how a marriage ends. No fanfare, no heroic deeds, just whining, crying, anger, and depression. Just like any other divorce, really. Only this is my divorce, and it feels like the end of the fucking world. But in reality, this is all just beginning. I feel this whole process is going to take years. I hope not. My lawyer assures me that, with the evidence we have, it'll go relatively quickly. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, what? Relatively quick? Relative to what? Continental drift? At this point, I just want to thank you beautiful men and women who supported and encouraged me. I'd vacuum out all your cars if I could, and clean your bathrooms. I just want a falling anvil to hit me in the head and cause amnesia like a cartoon character or a Hallmark Channel movie. I know this is tonally all over the place. I keep second-guessing myself if I did the right thing. I just fundamentally changed my life today. I'm wondering if it's a lateral move. I feel like I've moved from a warm cesspool to a cold, gray, rocky place. Is it an improvement? I feel like I have these scars now, and the one who gave them to me is the one person in the world I trusted the most. I will never forgive her. Now I have to buck up and walk it off like a real man, because feelings and tears are weak and a turnoff. I just want my mom. Update 5, Emily's email. Emily wrote me an email. Apparently she's a victim too. A lot of you were wondering about Bev's husband. Bev's husband texted me back, shit, and then, thanks man. I don't know how exactly to interpret that, but I'm too tired to be invested in Bev's husband's marriage. I told him about his wife being a POS. What he does with that is on him. Good luck, buddy. Oh, this is all fake. Fine, just block me and ignore me. Go play Reddit Batman someplace else. Emily's mom texted me using Emily's phone. She wants me to unblock her. I ignored it. Several hours later, she asked me again and promised not to bring up Emily if I would unblock her. I unblocked MIL's number. I texted her and told her I was still alive, had no plans to change that status, and that I would unblock her later on so we could talk. I told her in no uncertain terms that I only wanted to chat about me or her, but not Emily. I told her I needed a break from all of this and I'll unblock her later and to be patient. I'll contact her again. Emily tried a perfunctory, "I'm sorry you're hurt" text, which wasn't very comforting. Hints from her texts and the fact that her mom is using her phone to text me indicate to me that she's at her parents' house now. There was a long silence of several hours, and finally Emily texted me to check my email. Went to my spam folder, and there it was. As before, I obfuscated the text in writing because I didn't want her to do a text search on the internet and find my posts. So, yeah, the email she wrote didn't have these misspellings. She has autocorrect and spell check like everyone else. Sorry for the annoying spelling. You grammar Nazis are now the victims of my paranoia. Also, I am making comments in the email too, like before, because I'm no contact, and this is therapy for me. Here we go. My name. I keep thinking about how this can't be real. It can't just be over. How can you just shut me out like I was nothing new? It's killing me. Yeah, that's the idea, Emily. Sucks when you get abandoned by the one you love, huh? I don't even know how to start this because my mind is racing and nothing makes sense. I know I don't deserve a response, but please, just read this. Please don't delete it. I just need you to hear me. I talked with my dad and SIL's husband. I told them how I messed up. They said I was stupid and they're right. I told them about how I never loved John and I always loved you, and they laughed and told me that doesn't matter at all. I felt so stupid. I know you're done with me. I know I don't get to ask anything from you, but don't I at least deserve to explain? To look you in the eyes and tell you how sorry I am? To tell you I never stopped loving you? You think you know everything, but you don't. Yes, I fucked up. I betrayed you in a way that I can't take back. But it wasn't because I didn't love you. I need you to know that it was never what you thought it was. It wasn't about love. It wasn't even about sex. I was pressured and felt obligated. Oh yeah, let me just shave my privates, wear some $700 underwear, and traipse on down to the expensive boutique hotel for a nice raping. Help, police. John didn't just walk into my life and sweep me off my feet. He inserted himself. He did so much for me and my business. You know how much I was struggling, how close I was to losing everything. He was the one who helped me. He connected me with the right people. He helped me with my lease, with contracts, with vendors. He got me meetings I could have never gotten on my own. and I let myself believe that he was just being a mentor, that he just wanted to help me. I told myself it was just one time, that if I just gave in once, it would be enough, that he'd stop pressing. But it wasn't enough. And I didn't know how to get out of it. I kept telling him no, but he always had a way of making me feel like I was being ungrateful. After everything he did for me, I was selfish for not giving him what he wanted. I hate myself for not shutting it down from the start, for being so fucking stupid, for letting it go on. I tried to stop it, but every time I pulled away, he'd remind me of how much he helped me, how I wouldn't be where I am without him, how I'd ruin everything if I cut him off. So I kept making excuses. I told myself I had it under control. I thought I could handle it. What do we call someone who trades sex with someone they don't love for goods and services? Tip of my tongue. And then Christmas happened. New Year's Eve happened. And that's when I knew he wouldn't stop. That's when I knew I had to end it for good. I did end it. But by then, it was all fucked up. Everything was fucked up. I knew I had to tell you. I wanted to tell you. I knew that the second I told you, that you'd never look at me the same way again. That it would be ruined, and I couldn't handle it. I know you at least suspected ever since you accused me at New Year's Eve. I just put my head down and wanted it to all go away. So I kept putting it off and telling myself I'd find the right time. But there was never a right time. And now I've lost you anyway. I can't stop thinking about Charleston. Do you remember? That stupid little bed and breakfast where you hated the coffee and we spent half an hour at a gas station just so you could get a normal cup of coffee? And we sat outside that little seafood shack by the water, eating fried shrimp and laughing at the seagulls trying to steal our food, and you were acting like a knight with her funny British voice protecting my food and making me laugh? Yeah, I loved that weekend. Remember when you didn't fuck other guys? That was a swell time too. I don't expect anything. I don't expect you to take me back. But I also can't believe that you would just walk away without even talking to me. After everything, don't we deserve that much? I'll sign whatever you want. I'll give you whatever you want. But please don't just disappear. Don't pretend like I never mattered, because I know I did. She'll sign. This smells like a trap. I love you so much. I always have. And I'm terrified that I'll never get the chance to tell you that in person again. I loved you too, but I need you to get out of my life for both our sakes. Please. Emily. I reread my comments and I sound like a heartless bastard. I'm just tired, I guess. No mention of John's credit card. No mention of how the affair wasn't fun for her anymore. No mention of how she was supposed to be handling me. Is this what they call trickle truth? Because a lot of this sounds like the Emily I know, TBH. Maybe there's some truth to it, but she's downplaying her role in it all. It's like this was all happening to her, and she wasn't an active participant. I mean, I feel sorry that she lost control or whatever, but it's not like she didn't have a choice. She chose to sleep with the guy because she felt obligated and he did her favors. Doesn't that mean she's a prostitute? Sounds like I was prescient in naming her A.P. John. Here, I thought it was just 4 letters that are easy to type on a keyboard, and it turns out to be a role. Should I petition the mods to change my username to ObliviousPimp6969? I do want to know what you all think about it, but I'm telling you right now, it doesn't make a difference ultimately. She's trying to change the narrative to the point where we're both victims, instead of just me, and I think that's just shitty. The fucked up thing is that part of me wants to believe her, that she was just a victim of John, but the problem is, that doesn't change the fact that she slept with him for almost a year. If I forgive that, then what am I? Just sign the papers, Emily, and let's move on from this. Can't you do that for me, please? You're young, you're beautiful, you don't have any kids, you are a successful business owner, and you have a whole wardrobe of fancy designer clothes courtesy of your sugar daddy. You're killing it at life. Go live it somewhere the fuck away from me. Thank you very much for listening or watching. It helps to support this channel either way. We greatly appreciate it. Please like and subscribe to further support and not miss another story. Until next time, have a great day or night.